The raises still come, but they barely change your lifestyle. Your title stays the same each review cycle. You finish your work faster than you used to. No one pushes you anymore. Recruiter messages slow down this year. Your skills fit your company perfectly, but nowhere else exactly. Your network checks in less often. You feel calm most days. Nothing feels urgent, but the space around you is getting smaller. You wake up before your alarm because your body knows the schedule. You check your phone and scan overnight emails without urgency. Nothing surprises you anymore. You know which meetings matter and which ones can be quiet. You know how long each task will take before you begin. Your manager trusts you to handle problems without supervision. That trust feels like security. Your performance reviews use the word consistent. Consistent sounds like praise. Your paycheck arrives on the same day every 2 weeks. The number is predictable down to the dollar. You have automated your bills and your savings. You rarely think about money during the month. The stress you used to carry is gone. You are no longer proving yourself. You are maintaining your position. Your days move smoothly because you have removed friction. You know the systems and the politics. You know what not to say and when to speak. You have templates for common problems. You reuse language that already works. You train new hires using shortcuts you built. They ask how you make it look easy. Easy feels like progress. You leave work at a reasonable hour most nights. Your weekends are rarely interrupted. You call this balance. You stopped updating your resume last year. You stopped tracking job postings out of curiosity. You assume your experience compounds automatically. You believe time in seat equals value in market. The risk feels low now. You feel harder to replace. You feel insulated from volatility. Nothing feels unstable. That is the reward. Stability feels earned. This feels rational because stability has always been framed as success. You were told early that consistency builds security. A steady job means predictable income. Predictable income means controlled risk. Controlled risk means adult responsibility. You watched unstable careers create stress in other people's lives. You decided early that you would avoid that path. Promotions look competitive and political. Entrepreneurship looks volatile and exposed. Lateral movement looks risky without guarantee. Staying put feels intelligent. You believe depth beats motion. You believe loyalty compounds over time. You believe the company sees your consistency as long-term value. You believe patience converts into leverage. You believe avoiding risk preserves momentum. This logic feels disciplined. It feels mature. You are not chasing hype. You are protecting downside. Stability looks like insulation from chaos, and insulation feels like advantage. You tell yourself that slow growth is sustainable growth. You assume the market rewards reliability over ambition. You assume your income will rise with tenure. You assume your role will expand naturally with time. You assume being easy to manage makes you valuable. You see predictability as proof of progress. You see calm as confirmation you chose correctly. This belief system feels grounded. It feels safe. Your company does not reward volatility. It rewards predictability. Managers are evaluated on stability within their teams. Stable teams reduce reporting risk. Reduced risk protects leadership bonuses. You are easy to forecast. Your output is consistent across quarters. That consistency makes planning easier. Easier planning makes budgets safer. Safe budgets get approved faster. The system favors employees who do not disrupt projections. You fit neatly inside projections. You solve known problems inside known constraints. That makes you efficient. Efficiency protects margins. Protecting margins protect executive targets. Your stability supports their metrics. Promotions often go to those who expand revenue or visibility. You maintain operations instead. Maintenance is necessary but not scarce. Scarcity drives upward mobility. Stability lowers perceived urgency around you. Urgency attracts investment. Predictability attracts containment. Compensation bands reward incremental improvement. Incremental improvement keeps cost curves smooth.
Smooth cost curves calm shareholders. Calm shareholders reward executive consistency. Consistency becomes cultural preference. Cultural preference shapes promotion criteria. You are optimized for continuity, not expansion. The system is not overlooking you. It is using you exactly where you are most reliable. The trade-off is subtle. You exchange volatility for ceiling. You trade visible risk for invisible constraint. Your income becomes smoother each year. Your exposure to downside shrinks. At the same time, your exposure to upside narrows. You are paid to protect what already exists. You are not positioned to create what does not. Creation carries variance. Variance threatens forecasts. Forecasts drive executive survival. So your role stabilizes around maintenance. Maintenance builds expertise inside one environment. That expertise loses portability outside it. Portability is what creates leverage. Leverage requires outside demand. Outside demand weakens when your growth slows. Your compensation rises in predictable bands. Those bands compress negotiation power. Your obligations rise as your income stabilizes. Fixed costs grow around fixed pay. Fixed costs reduce flexibility. Flexibility is what absorbs shock. Shock is what creates opportunity. You accept smaller raises in exchange for lower uncertainty. Lower uncertainty reduces urgency to explore. Reduced exploration limits exposure to new skill paths. Your network growth slows without deliberate expansion. Slower network growth weakens external signal strength. External signal strength determines outside options. You feel safer each year. Your range quietly shrinks. The constraint does not arrive as a cut. It arrives as comfort. Your role becomes highly specific to internal systems. You learn tools customized to your company stack. You adopt processes few other firms use the same way. Your value increases inside one architecture. Outside that architecture, your signal weakens. Recruiters scan for growth velocity. Your profile shows consistency instead. Consistency reads as low movement. Low movement suggests capped trajectory. Capped trajectory lowers bidding tension. Lower bidding tension reduces salary leverage. Meanwhile, your lifestyle calibrates to stable income. Rent or mortgage expands to match reliability. Subscriptions multiply around predictability. Commitments assume continued smooth pay cycles. The cost of disruption rises each year. Switching now carries visible loss. Staying feels rational under pressure. Your skill set narrows around internal repetition. Repetition deepens efficiency, but limits adaptability. Adaptability is what widens exits. Your exits require adaptation you have not practiced recently. Performance reviews reinforce what you already do well. They rarely reward capabilities you have not used. Your learning becomes incremental instead of expansive. Incremental learning protects current output. It does not build optional range. Range is what attracts external offers. Offers require visible momentum. Momentum slows when roles stabilize. The door does not close, it gets heavier. At first, nothing feels restricted. Your income still arrives on schedule. Your responsibilities remain manageable, but your outside leverage is thinner than it appears. Fewer recruiters compete for your attention. Fewer companies see upward trajectory in your profile. Negotiation power depends on credible alternatives. Credible alternatives depend on visible growth. Visible growth slows inside stable loops. Your compensation becomes anchored to internal bands. Internal bands move slower than market spikes. Market spikes reward mobility. Mobility now feels expensive. Your fixed obligations expect continuity. Your skills map tightly to one environment. Your confidence comes from familiarity. Familiarity does not transfer cleanly. You would need to accept uncertainty to regain range. Uncertainty now threatens your current comfort, so you wait. Each year of waiting compounds dependency. Dependency increases switching cost. Switching cost reduces movement. Your resume starts to look static beside faster peers. Static profiles attract fewer aggressive offers. Fewer aggressive offers weaken salary jumps. Weaker salary jumps reinforce staying put. Staying put increases specialization depth. Depth without breadth limits redeployment. Redeployment is what preserves leverage in downturns. Downturns do not ask for loyalty, they ask for flexibility. Flexibility shrinks when roles harden. Fewer exits, higher dependency, narrower future. Then the market shifts without warning. A budget freeze turns stability into exposure overnight. Your role is evaluated for cost efficiency, not loyalty. You realize your alternatives are thinner than you assumed, and now the ceiling feels permanent.